Hello dear friends, today September 24th, the day of the Virgin of La Merced, patron saint of Barcelona. We are in the building of the Captaincy General of Catalonia. And here today is open day, because formerly this building was a convent, the convent of La Merced, and behind it is the church of La Merced. I am Pedro Enrique Pujals and this is my channel El Tesoro del Presidente. Join me on the tour. A Captain General is a rank or employment of the army. In Spain it is in fact the supreme degree. It was related to a military region or province. This job already existed since the 16th century. In America dominated by the Spanish crown, this position used to correspond to the viceroys, although due to the extension of the viceroyalties it was necessary to appoint the governors of certain areas as captains general. In Havana, we Cubans also have a palace of the captains general. The figure of the captain general has been wielded by some on the island to try to prove that Cuba was a colony and not an overseas province of the Spanish crown, that is, that it was under a military government, almost as a state of exception or occupation, but I think it rather reaffirms its character as a province in its own right, since the provinces of the peninsula were also governed by captains general. In this building in Barcelona, in the room called Corridor of the Assistants, we see some paintings with the names of all the captains general of Catalonia since 1714, the one we see well-known names, who were also the highest authority on the island, such as Martínez Campos, Ramón Blanco, or Valeriano Weyler. Since the establishment of the Bourbon absolute monarchy in 1714, the captains general also held the title of governor. There were captains general in regions of Spain such as Catalonia, Aragon, Valencia, the Canary Islands, Andalusia, Extremadura, or Galicia. In the American territories there were in Chile, Puerto Rico, Santo Domingo, Cuba, Yucatan, Venezuela, and others. It is a military rank that is homologated with NATO regulations, and currently, in Spain there is only one captain general, who is the king. This building is located on the Barcelona coast, on Paseo Colón, in front of the marina. It began as a convent, and has its origin in the 13th century, related to the apparition of the Virgin of Mercy in this same place. The complex has a church, a square, and the convent, all dedicated to La Merced. In 1836, after the confiscation of Mendizábal, in which many assets were confiscated from the church, the convent was intervened and handed over to the army. 10 years later, in 1846, by decision of Queen Isabella II, it was reconditioned as the headquarters of the Captain General of Catalonia. It underwent numerous reforms until in the 17th century it acquired the basic form that we can see today. Until the mid-19th century, Barcelona was surrounded by a bastioned wall. The Palau was separated from the sea, and had a door on the top floor that communicated with the promenade on the wall through a bridge. Then on this facade the main door was opened, leaving in the background the one that overlooks the Plaza de la Merced. This building still has a military function, so it is only open to the public on days of the year. The cloister has the same floor plan as the one built in the 17th century, in the center a fountain with an obelisk, with inscriptions on its sides, one of which is dedicated to General Miguel Primo de Rivera, who carried out a coup d'etat in 1923 on this same site, while he was Captain General of Catalonia. This pronouncement put an end to the Restoration regime, which had been in operation since the previous century. We go up to the second floor by the staircase of honor, adorned with beautiful stained glass windows and sculptures. Upstairs are the rooms that make up the palace. These have beautiful coffered ceilings of wood and plaster, marble floors, a collection of 11 vintage clocks, and a rich collection of paintings, by the well-known painter of military subjects Cusacks, among others. A room that I think is necessary to highlight is the magnificent throne room, prepared for when the Spanish monarch visits the building and considers it appropriate to use it. I don't know if any Spanish king has been in this place. In the palace of the Captains General in Havana there is also a throne room, but never did a king of Spain visit the Americas when they held Spanish sovereignty. I want you to tell me in your comments if in your cities there is also a building of the Captaincy General, if there is a throne room, if it can be visited, etc. I will thank you very much and it will be useful for me to visit it one day. Here we see a series of medallions with the portraits of the first 5 kings of the Bourbon dynasty, painted by Cusacks. When we finish the tour, we leave through the door that leads to the Plaza de la Merced. Here you can see the elevated corridors that still connect the church with the palace, reminiscent of when it was a convent. At that time they were giving the Gala Mass in honor of the patron saint of Barcelona. Why is the Virgin of Mercy the patron saint of Barcelona? In 1687, Barcelona suffered a plague of locusts, and the people asked the Virgin of La Merced for help. Once the plague was over, the city council named her patron saint of Barcelona, but this decision was not ratified by the Pope until 2 centuries later, in 1868. The church that we can admire today was completed in 1775, is a jewel of the Catalan Baroque, and houses an image of the Virgin of Mercy, a remarkable medieval carving that presides over an altarpiece from the 14th century. During the Civil War it suffered a lot of damage, and the statue that crowned the dome was destroyed. The one we see today dates from 1959, and is cast in bronze. The church was restored during the post-war period, with exceptional wall paintings decorating the dome, arches, and pendentives. In 2018, a new organ was inaugurated, one of the most modern and best in Catalonia. So far today's video, if you liked it, please give me a like, this helps me a lot, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss next videos. See you later!